Happening now, a nursing home employee testing positive for COVID-19. What we know next. Plus, why Pennsylvania is tightening COVID restrictions.
Showers and thunderstorms have been moving across the area this morning. That'll continue this afternoon. Some of them could be on the strong to severe side. I've got the details next. The news at noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Thursday. I'm Justin Gould. An employee at the Heritage Green Nursing Home has tested positive for COVID-19. Heritage President and CEO Lisa Haglund says the positive test was a result of mandated testing implemented by New York State. She says the employee is currently in quarantine and will not return to work at Heritage until they recover.
We have one Heritage employee right now who is asymptomatic, who's quarantining with no symptoms, didn't even know she had anything. And, it's so scary, to know that you don't even feel any difference. I get tested every week, but to know that I could, feel okay and still be asymptomatic. I'm not, thank goodness. But you have to think about the mental drain of that as well. And I'm just so thankful. Our teams are amazing. We have 800 employees in Chautauqua County and families who are sacrificing their loved ones' time.
Haglund says she considers her group lucky to have limited exposure to the virus, with only one resident previously testing positive at Heritage Park in Jamestown. That resident now, according to Haglund, has since recovered. Meanwhile, Chautauqua County officials reported the 8th COVID-19 related death yesterday. Executive P.J. Wendell says the elderly man died as a result from ongoing complications of the virus while recovering in an out-of-state facility.
Because this individual was discharged to a lower level of care facility, the case was previously listed as recovered. We are saddened, and we'd like to send our condolences out to the family as we've heard of his passing. We would like again to remind everyone that we are still very cautious and need to be vigilant throughout this crisis.
And again, here's an updated look at the current COVID-19 case map here locally. Officials say an additional 3 cases of the virus were reported yesterday, which include a person under the age of 18, a woman in her 20s, and a man in his 40s. There are now a total of 191 confirmed cases, with 45 of them active. 138 of those have recovered. 680 people are under quarantine or isolation orders by the public health director. Officials say not all of those are being monitored or confirmed to have COVID-19, but they either show symptoms, are awaiting test results, or have risk factors. Well, Congress may not be leaving office as planned this August. As our John Lawrence reports, there's a new push to have talks about another economic stimulus package to help the country cope with the ongoing coronavirus pandemic.
While schools across the country are working on plans on how to reopen, the House of Representatives might be delaying or skipping its August recess.
We have to have a bill, and we will have a bill, and hope we will have it sooner rather than later because people really need to have it.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she's willing to stay in Washington to get another relief bill to President Trump.
This isn't about government and philosophy or any political differences of opinion. This is about meeting the needs of the American people at the time of a pandemic that has lost about 40 million jobs.
Lending a financial hand to the American workforce is something that has bipartisan backing.
We know we can't shut the economy down again. That cannot happen. We've learned there are consequences from being cooped up at home.
But, as always, it's a question of whether Republicans and Democrats come to an agreement. As the push for a proposal is in its early stages, Americans are attempting to cope.
My business still hasn't picked up. COVID seems to be getting worse and not better. So at least here in the city of Atlanta, we're in the process, it seems like, of going back to phase 1.
Am I going to go out and buy something to eat, or am I going to purchase a medication, or am I going to, save my funds to go to a doctor or put gas in my car?
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
John, thank you. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says that he wants the next stimulus package to include liability protections for businesses, restaurants, and schools with a price limit under $1 trillion. That's a third of the proposal in the House. Another 1.3 trillion Americans filed for first-time jobless claims nationwide last week. The Labor Department released those numbers today. It comes nearly 4 months after the coronavirus pandemic started wreaking havoc on the economy. Weekly first-time unemployment applications hit their peak back in March. Now, since then, those applications have been on the decline for more than 3 months, but unemployment is still higher than usual. Continued claims were at more than 17.3 million for the week ending on July 4th. That down 422,000 from the previous week. Continued claims are people who have filed claims for at least 2 weeks in a row. Now, June's unemployment rate, which was at 11.1%, is the highest since World War II. Well, we thank you for joining us here for WNY News Now as we continue to put facts over fear in our coverage of COVID-19 and all that affects us here in Chautauqua County. Got to say hello to Donna. Good to see Beatrice. Hopefully you're doing well. Lisa, thanks for joining us. Lori, Debbie, Joseph is here, David Wallace, and Kayla as well. Hopefully everybody is having a good day and staying dry out there because we're certainly dodging a couple of showers this lunch hour. Let's get the latest now from Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. Happy Thursday to you, Mr. Hunter.
Happy Thursday, Jay, and happy Thursday to you. And we've got an active day away or coming our way today. Here's a live look coming over the Seneca Allegheny Casino in Salamanca. You can see a few raindrops starting to fall here. The temperature is 76 and the dew point is up there in the upper 60s today. But the bigger story is going to be this afternoon. The Storm Prediction Center has placed all of western New York and northwestern Pennsylvania under a standard slight risk for this afternoon. That is a level 2 out of 5, and that means that basically there is a chance for thunderstorms this afternoon. Some of them could be strong to severe. The main threats are going to be damaging winds, large hail, and heavy rain, but an isolated tornado. Understand it's a low chance that there could be a spin-up tornado within this line of storms, but this is not severe. This is just some showers and thunderstorms moving here. And again, note the lightning count here going up to about 10 here. And so again, this is going to sweep through over the next hour or two. We're going to get a little bit of a break, and then another round of showers and thunderstorms come our way this afternoon. 81 was the high yesterday. 68 is of course the low this morning, so it was a very humid night last night. 92 and 43 are the record high and lows for this day. So through the afternoon, early showers and thunderstorms, those will not be severe, but then they'll become more numerous this afternoon. Some of them, again, strong to severe, damaging wind gusts, large hail, heavy rain will be our main threat. 78 to 85 today, and a little bit breezy with that south wind 10 to 20, with some wind gusts up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. We will time out the severe threat for today, and then a big warm up for the weekend. We'll talk about it in full detail in a few. Justin?
Certainly keeping our eyes on the sky, Dakota. Thank you. The Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office is warning residents about a new phone scam. Deputies say scam artists are calling from a 833 number and stating they work for a Microsoft computer security group. Now, that group requests residents turn on their computer, log in so they can see refund payments because they are going out of business. Deputies say not to follow the instructions or release any of their personal information. If such a call is received, residents are encouraged to call their local police agency. Well, a town of Gerry man was arrested this week after allegedly assaulting a woman following a party. New York State Police received a walk-in complaint of a past tense domestic incident this Monday. Now, through investigation, it's alleged that while driving home from a party, 32-year-old Casey Sager moved to the back seat of his vehicle and choked the victim, preventing her from breathing. Sager then allegedly returned to the front seat and head-butted her in the face, causing injury to her eye. Troopers say Sager is charged with third-degree assault and criminal obstruction of breathing or blood circulation. He was arrested, processed, and transported to the Chautauqua County Jail. Coming up next, hear why our neighbors to the south are tightening COVID-19 restrictions and what that means for us. And later, some bad news for those who like to shop at JCPenney's. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. As coronavirus cases surge nationwide, Pennsylvania now tightening restrictions loosened only weeks ago. Governor Tom Wolf announced yesterday bars can no longer open without also serving food. Restaurants are now limited to just 25% of their indoor seating capacity, and indoor gatherings are limited to 25 people. The move comes as Erie County, Pennsylvania's case total remains relatively stable. However, officials say cases are rising elsewhere in the Commonwealth. State officials report the virus is now on the move, closing in the northward from Florida and moving east now from Ohio.
Now, these new mitigation efforts are in addition to existing actions. They don't take away the importance of our personal responsibility to do our part, each of us, 13 million Pennsylvanians, to reduce the possibility that we are spreading COVID-19. That includes wearing a mask when we're out in public. It includes washing our hands, using hand sanitizer frequently. It includes social distancing as much as possible. We have seen these efforts work during the first wave in the spring. They worked, and they're going to work again if we all do our part.
Wolf says the restrictions are preventable and hope in 6 weeks' time schools can safely reopen after Labor Day. Researchers in Pennsylvania are looking for participants for vaccine trials for COVID-19. Now, recruitment is set to begin immediately for a vaccine developed by Moderna Inc. Now, Dr. Sharon Ritter, she's with the University of Pittsburgh Division of Infectious Diseases, and says she hopes that groups will be able to be diverse, and in fact they're looking for older people, African Americans, Latinos, all to take part in this new trial.
In total, we expect over 750 individuals over the age of 18 to participate. These participants will be people who are living in the community and are not severely immunocompromised.
Those interested in signing up for the trial are asked to visit upmc.org. Well, JCPenney is folding more than 150 of its stores. The company announced the decision yesterday, saying it will also cut about 1,000 jobs. JCPenney says the coronavirus outbreak has forced it to make some tough choices, including a reduction of its physical footprint. However, the retail says it has a restructuring plan in place that will eventually make it stronger in the end. The company plans to provide a benefits package to its outgoing employees. It includes severance and health care coverage for the workers who qualify. JCPenney is also undergoing bankruptcy, which includes a restructuring agreement with its lenders. It appears the Lakewood location has cleared this round of closures. Well, the pandemic could cause back-to-school sales this fall to top a record-breaking $10 billion. With many schools turning to online classes, parents are buying more laptops, desktops, and computer accessories. In a National Retail Federation report released this week, families on average are expected to spend about $700. That's up from last year's $697. Families with college students are projected to spend about $1,000 this year. Total back-to-school spending is expected to reach over $101 billion, topping last year's $80.7 billion. Wow. The tech purchases will top the shopping list. The report found that parents will also be buying new clothing, but not as much as they usually do. And certainly that topic of getting everybody back to school is on the mind of many, which we talked about right here on the program yesterday. And a lot of it is dealing with young people's mental health because the rhythm was broken when they went from, an abrupt stop to now back to a new normal with school, which will include face masks and social distancing alike, according to state officials. So it'll be interesting to see where we end up. Got to say hello to Laura. Good to see Mike, Don, David as well. Hopefully everybody's having a good day and are enjoying yourselves out there. Let's now get a check of our First Defense weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. And Mr. Hunter, looking at the conditions outside right now, if we can take a live look here at Chautauqua Lake, it looks like skies are pretty dark, and we did see a couple of thunder boomers rumble down through our area so far today.
Yeah, we did. And the thunderstorms early this afternoon are not going to be severe. It is going to be later this afternoon. And speaking about temperatures here, the temperatures are starting to warm back up here after last week's heat wave where we had 88. Last Thursday, we dropped down to much more comfortable air, and now we're back up into the 80s. 81 was the official high yesterday. So here's what's coming up here. This is the breakdown for this afternoon. So storms are going to fire once again this afternoon. This is a line of showers and thunderstorms that's going to fire. The main timing here, adjusted here based on the new data, about 3 to 6 this afternoon. That's going to be our main timing window. Now, some of the storms may actually start to enter northwestern Pennsylvania, probably a little after 2:30, but this is mainly for the southern tier, 3 to 6 this afternoon. And again, as we've been telling you, storms could be strong to severe this afternoon. Our main threats are going to be damaging winds, large hail, heavy rain, and there is a chance for an isolated tornado. It's small, but the chance is there, so we do want to mention that. 70 right now at the airport with a southwest wind of 9. The dew point is at 68. We have some rain falling downtown as of right now, as of noon hour. So here we go. The storm outlook here from the Storm Prediction Center has all of the region under a slight risk. That's all this yellow shade. That's a level 2 out of 5 for this afternoon. Now, the impacts here, the damaging wind probability, we're in this 15% here, so that basically means damaging winds are likely. Here's something I don't show on the air very often, and this is the reason why. There is a 5% tornado probability across all of the region. Now, that is relatively low when you look at this. This is the color code up here. 5% is relatively low. But again, normally our tornado probabilities are generally in this green. That's a 2%, but we're in this 5% for the slight risk. There's been a lot of stuff on the internet for this, especially on social media. It is a low chance. The chance of a tornado today is small. The risk is there, however, so that's why we wanted to mention it, but the bigger threat is likely going to be from damaging straight line winds and definitely some large hail and heavy rain. Here's a storm that's coming out of Chautauqua County, coming up into Cattaraugus County. That's the storm that you kind of saw on the Skycam earlier today. This is all kind of moving to the east-northeast. And this is going to continue basically through the afternoon, and then we're going to get into a few more showers and storms this afternoon. And as we take a look at the satellite and radar composite here, and again, notice the lightning strikes here. This is actually a line of showers and thunderstorms. They're actually going to pop this afternoon. So let's time it out here on Future Scan. Notice the rain coming through this afternoon. This is going to be our concern right here. Notice how the model has a curvature to it. That starts to indicate there could be some damaging straight line winds within here. So this is about 3 o'clock this afternoon. This is by about 5 o'clock. So again, notice how they're starting to move here. And again, notice this purple area right here. That starts to indicate extremely heavy rainfall right here. That could be possibly where maybe some of the heaviest storms will be. That moves out to the east tonight. A few lingering showers and storms this evening. They taper off tonight. Maybe a few showers early tomorrow morning, and then we turn partly to mostly sunny for the afternoon on Friday. So again, just make sure you have a way of getting your watches and warnings through the afternoon. Of course, we'll be here all afternoon. The weather staff is all here today, and we'll keep you updated on that. So temperatures likely upper 70s to lower 80s for most areas today. These temperatures are going to be kind of factored in by the rain and the onset of the rain time. Now, proudly presented to you the next 7 days of your life. So again, we highlight today in red just to let you know that there's the chance for the severe thunderstorms basically this afternoon. AM showers tomorrow, but it turns much more humid. Oh my muggy on Saturday, hot and quite humid. And again, we also turn warm on Sunday as well, 88, and then we stay warm into next week with scattered afternoon showers and storms popping up once again. Justin?
All right, Dakota, we'll certainly keep our eyes on that. Thank you. Coming up, staring at the sun. While it's not recommended, and you probably won't be able to do it today, NASA is doing just that. We show you new images released this week that might be the closest photos ever taken from our closest star. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Well, this is pretty cool. Our sun was ready for its close-up last month, and the new solar orbiter mission captured the closest images ever taken of the sun during its first pass. Take a look. The images were released just today. The mission, which is a collaboration between NASA and the European Space Agency, launched it back in February and conducted a close pass of the sun in mid-June. All 10 of its instruments were switched on together for the first time during this pass to collect the images and subsequent data. The images were taken at a distance of around 47 million miles away from the sun. Now, this close pass, which is called a perihelion, was the largest and within the closest of the sun ever. Now, in addition to images, data from 4 instruments helping to measure the space environment around it was also shared with scientists. So pretty cool. Still, though, millions of miles away. And that's the closest that we'll probably ever want to get to the sun, because certainly hot, hot, hot. Although you're not quite feeling the sun out there today with what seems to be a prevalence of severe storms. On that note, let's check back in with Mr. Hunter. Pretty cool images there, Dakota. Weather and space go hand in hand, and it's pretty awesome to see. I've never really before seen HD images of the sun. It's a hard thing to look at, because I remember back when we had the solar eclipse. I think it was in
back in 2017.
17. We did a whole special on it, if I remember correct. And
I wasn't here then, but the team did. I wasn't here then, but the team then did a great job of.
I was just junior reporter then. And they sent me out with the glasses and the special film on my camera, and I talked to people in the downtown area who were looking at it, and it was really, really amazing. And what I thought was cool was it brought everybody together to see the change that happened, and it was pretty quick too. I mean, relatively, within an hour's time it was over with. So if you weren't paying attention, you could have missed it.
Now, unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go out and see that solar eclipse live, but I did watch it on NASA's live stream. So, unfortunately, when the next one occurs in 2024, hopefully I'll be able to get out. But yeah, severe threat this afternoon, slight risk, that's a level 2 out of 5 for all of this afternoon. Basically, this is going to be between 3 and 6 o'clock this afternoon. Damaging winds, large hail, and heavy rain will be our main threats, but there is a chance for a small isolated tornado. Within that, after today, we start warming up again and we go back into the upper 80s by the weekend into early next week with scattered afternoon showers and storms popping up once again. Jay?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. As always, we'll keep our eyes on what is happening. Got to say hello to Tammy. Great to see you on the show. Good to see TR. Cindy as well. A shout out from Humboldt, Tennessee. She says it's 110 and humid. You can keep it, Cindy. Got to say hello to Matthew. Hello to Kyle, Laurel, Mike, and Don as well. Hopefully everybody is having a good day, and we thank you so much for spending some time with us. That's going to do it for our show this Thursday. Of course, we're back tomorrow with our TGIF edition. In the meantime, when you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. All you got to do is search WNY News Now on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. We leave you with a live look over downtown Jamestown. Looks like the rain has stopped for now. But again, we'll keep you updated throughout the afternoon, and we're back tomorrow. Have a great day.